So essential questions are really fascinating to me. The word essential comes from a Latin root word esse, which means to be. It's to distill to the core what matters most. It also gets us to push away that which is not essential. So the essential question has a different function than other kinds of questions. It provides focus and direction to engage learners in fulfilling the mission of the quest. And notice the root word question is quest. It's a search. And so what we're looking at is how these can be of value. A couple critical points that I think sometimes get missed here. Mental Velcro. Years ago, I wrote about this, and I started to call essential questions a form of mental Velcro. And part of that is I was doing a lot of work on active literacy, research for a book I was doing, and my own sort of investigations on what allowed students to be more fully communicative. And one thing I learned about was, of course, something any of you who have had experience in reading and the study of reading. And I bet if I asked, a lot of you would put up your, yes, I do a lot of work in reading research. No, the power of advanced organizers. So an advanced organizer increases recall of information 3 or 4-fold. So what does that mean? That means my newspaper of choice is the New York Times. So let's say, Keenan, I asked you to look at the digital edition of the New York Times. And right now, in the timely way we're discussing, we're looking right now at the impact or what is the rollout of the vaccines? What is the impact of the rollout in different countries, and how is it affecting statistics and people's lives? Well, let's just say I ask you to read the New York Times, and then after I ask you those questions, you might remember a little bit. But if I give you those questions in advance, when you read through and I say everything that sticks to these questions like Velcro, that's what we're going to talk about. You'll pay attention to them. You'll notice them. Do you remember a few moments ago, I showed the slide about World War II? So if I were to say to the class, our essential question is, was World War II inevitable? Could it have been avoided? All right, today, I'm going to show you a documentary about the beginnings of World War II. And at the end of the class, we're going to ask, was it inevitable? So as you watch this film, that's what I'm going to ask you to note. When you use essential questions, it helps kids stick. And because essential questions are not right and wrong, they never are. They're always open-ended. Are we clear about that? They're always an inquiry question. It allows students to gather in a lot of their observations. It is a literacy tool. It really is. It helps kids focus, and it keeps the kids focused, but guess who else it keeps focused? Us. Teachers can get off track. There, I'm saying it out loud. We can get distracted. And so it's saying, this is what we're working on, and it's a real aid for knowledge retention